Hi everyone, Alchemist here, and today's reading I'm just gonna pull a few cards and whatever message come I will channel it through for you guys. So let's get right to it. Today's message for you. So we have the Knight of Pentacles that showed up here. This is a beautiful card that's saying that there's a lot of amazing things that are awaiting you. There's a lot of mysteries. Like I hear the word mysteries. There's a lot of mysteries that are gonna unveil themselves to you. Things that you didn't know before, things that are related to the occult. Maybe it has to do with alchemy, it has to do with witchcraft. Some things that you weren't aware of. Maybe you've been researching a lot of like spiritual studies and Eastern philosophy. You were researching it for a long time and you have a good grasp of it right now, but there's some other things that are occult that are, and occult only means hidden basically, so things that are hidden, things that are mysterious that you didn't know before, and now they're gonna open up to you, because this card also shows that there's a door that's open for you to learn from, and that door could be even a spiritual door. It could be like from spirit. It doesn't mean necessarily that you're gonna go somewhere and find something. It could be even like energetically speaking, you're ready for that learning to come to you, and once it comes to you, it's gonna give you an epiphany. It's gonna change your life. You're gonna be realizing something new that you've never thought about before, and it's gonna open up new horizons for you. And here, there's two hexagrams in this card. It's one of my favorite cards in the Hermetic Tarot deck. There's two hexagrams, as you can see here. This is probably King David, because he had the hexagram in his shield that God apparently gave him for protection. So legend has it that it's a shield where the hexagram was imprinted, and as you can see here, but he's also holding a kind of a wand or a staff that also has the hexagram on it. Again, I keep saying it all the time, this is my hexagram ring, the Seal of Solomon, which it's interesting because David, the father of Solomon, was given the hexagram, and Solomon, his son, was also given the hexagram, and this hexagram was giving them powers to both of them. And this card here, there's two hexagrams, and I see the hexagram as a powerful tool that can open up the door to the spirit realm, that can allow, like it's like a door that can help you communicate and talk to the entities in the spirit realm, to demons, to jinns, to ghosts, to spirits. You can have that conversation, you can have that communication. So this card showing up, it means that this is probably going to be occult. It might be a little bit unknown to you, it might be new to you, but it has to do with the occult, and you're going to realize it. Maybe a new entity is going to get attached to you. Maybe it's a new spirit that you're going to encounter. Maybe in your dream there's going to be a demon that's going to come and talk to you. So it's going to be something new, and it's going to make you realize it's going to be like a new realization about what you've learned before. And here again, Five of Cups reversed. So this is, you might not necessarily enjoy this experience, because again, it's going to have to do with the occult. It's going to be a little bit scary. Occult experiences, when they happen first, they're scary. I remember when I had my first experience, when I saw entities and demons. You feel scared, because we're always scared of the unknown. Things we don't know, we're scared of. And that's very normal. So you might not like it, because this card, so again, upright, it's the pentagram pointing downwards, which means it's pointing to the underworld, to where demons and jinns reside, in the underworld. So it's what's going to happen, which means that this card is a representation it's the Five of Cups, representation of like loving this experience and being in peace with it, connecting to the underworld, which relates to the subject we're talking about here. But being reversed means you're not going to enjoy it, because here the pentagram pointing upwards, it represents the individuality of the human being. It means it's a representation of who you are as a person. So for you, this experience is so new to you as a human, so you're not gonna be familiar with the experience and you might not like it. But I highly recommend you to be open to it. You shouldn't be scared, because you have the power, because no entity or spirit or ghost or demon can harm you unless you invite them, unless you let them. Remember that. They can only harm you or influence you if you allow them to. That's why when you hear, for example, about possessions, being possessed, when people are possessed by malicious entities, right? Why? Because these people are weak deep inside. They're not powerful. They're scared. When you live in fear, you can be possessed. So when you're fearful and you're always scared and you're weak and you're not into your power, that's what these entities love. They actually feed off that energy. They feed off the energy of fear and misery and depression. And that's why it's always good to be positive, because positivity will bring this good energy, this powerful energy that's gonna bring entities and demons that are powerful, that can actually support you, not possess you. So I highly recommend you not to be fearful. If you encounter this experience, remember that you have the power. Remember that you are governing yourself. No one else is governing you, because you're the God. Here again, we have Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords reversed. Again, this card is telling me that it's a confirmation of the previous card that just happened. It's kind of like you're not gonna handle the experience properly. Here, this card is a little bit gruesome. It's showing this powerful queen. Again, it's the Queen of Swords in the skies, in her throne, in the spirit realm. This holding this head, which is a representation of power, of like, nothing can beat me. I'm the boss, I'm the queen. I'm holding this person's head. It's like I'm having power over everyone. But here it's reversed, because I feel like it came out reversed because this experience that you will encounter, it's gonna make you feel like, you know, that you're not into your power, or that you're not gonna know how to handle it properly. Whereas, as I mentioned earlier, just now, when you have your power, nothing can affect you, but you might be affected. So you might feel like, you know, scared. And I remember when I first saw the entities that came to me, and I still see them because I have clairvoyance, and they come in different forms and shapes. And the first time it happened, it was quite scary. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for months and months, because every time I try to sleep, they come. And I couldn't sleep, and I had to realize that I'm powerful. I had to realize that I can tell them, hey, go away, don't bother me right now, I'm trying to sleep. Hey, go away, I don't want to talk to you right now. Go away, I don't have time. Sometimes they will show up in your dreams, and it's even scarier, because in your dreams, like I remember I was living in this house, and the room was upstairs, and the kitchen was downstairs, and I had this dream of me going downstairs to the kitchen, and I always sensed, and I knew there was an entity living in the kitchen. I just know it. Even when I would be washing the dishes at night time, and I would hear crackings and clicks and knocks, and it's just, I knew someone was behind me while I was washing the dishes. And this happened years and years ago. It's not a recent experience. Before embarking on my journey. And one night in my dream, I had just, it was crystal clear dream, very crystal clear, of me going downstairs to the kitchen, and I saw this super old woman. She looked like skinny, frail, with long hair, and she had this like white vibe around her, white color. It's like all white. It's like basically how, not necessarily how they show ghosts, how they portray them in movies, but kind of similar but clearer. It's almost like she had white skin. It's like almost her skin was pale white, but her whole body, and with long hair and freaky, pretty freaky, not friendly whatsoever. And I saw her in the kitchen, and she looked at me, and I woke up like abruptly, just like sweating and then freaking out, like I was just like frightened. I was frightened, and I knew that was the spirit that's living in the kitchen communicating to me in the dreams, because I sensed that spirit, that ghost. I sensed it, but then I saw it in the dream, and it was crystal clear. I remember how it looked like. So at first, when these experiences happen, like the next night, you're like scared to go to bed because you're wondering if it's gonna happen to you again. But the more you come into your power, the more you do research, the more you read about this stuff. Again, I'm gonna repeat it. We only fear what we don't know. The more you know, the more you become in peace with it, and it becomes peaceful. And now every time I go somewhere, I sleep in places that are haunted, that have spirits and ghosts, and I can have such a good night of sleep, and it doesn't affect me because they're there and you're aware of them, and you know them, and they're aware of you. And these spirits and ghosts and entities, usually they get attached to people who are gifted, like me, like you, the viewer. People who are gifted, people who, because they know you can see them, they know you can sense them, they know you can hear them, so they want to communicate to you. Sometimes they want to bother you, sometimes they want to ask for help. Like, they're not going to go to a person who's not gifted. And that's why most people who come to me all the time and say, I can't see, how do I see ghosts? The hardest answer to tell is, which is probably the closest to the truth, is that if you can't see them, it means you don't have that gift. You can't see. If you can't see them, you can't see them. If you can't sense them, you can't sense them, because you're not gifted. You don't have the gift of seeing or sensing. It's okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like someone who has a talent of drawing, or of gymnastics, or the talent of playing so well in basketball. Someone who's just so talented, they have the gift of doing a certain activity. Seeing is the same. That's why we call ourselves seers. We're seers, we're witches. Witches are witches because they can sense and see things that other people can't, not because everyone think it's like, they think it's some sort of, there's a guidebook that you're gonna read and then you can see. It doesn't work like that. So these entities and spirits, they're gonna be always around you because they can see you. They have this ability to see the people who can see them. They have this ability. So they're gonna always follow you. It's you just have to know how to protect yourself and how to be in peace with it, because not all of them are harmful. Some of them can even help you as well. So again, here we have Nine of Swords. Again, we have the Queen of Swords reversed, Nine of Swords. So there's this, again, it's funny how I'm talking about this fear, and these cards just keep confirming this fear. There's just this fear that you need to get over. Card represents despair, represents cruelty, represents fear. The message here is that this is gonna be there. as long as you don't conquer it, as long as you don't overcome it, this despair and fear of this thing that's gonna probably happen to you, this realization you're gonna come, this encounter, I hear the word encounter, this encounter, don't be scared. Don't be scared. This is a reminder. Otherwise, you're gonna jeopardize the whole experience. And I'm gonna pull one last card for you from this oracle deck as to close the video as a message of the day for you. Okay, happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. How to conquer and overcome that fear that I just talked about? Be happy. Happiness. Happiness will just get rid of that fear, and seek always to do the things that make you happy, and be positive. And even if you encounter this experience, be happy that it happened to you, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people dream to have experiences like this, and they don't in a lifetime. It never comes to them because they're not supposed to have those experiences. They're not meant for them. But if it's meant for you, own it. Be happy with it. It's yours. It's your experience. It was given to you for a reason. All right? I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video.